Did this really happen? You won't believe this insane Reddit story, but let's find out together. Welcome to Scroll and Tell, the place where real-life drama, shocking twists, and jaw-dropping stories come to life. Hit that subscribe button and buckle up, because this one's wild. Let's dive in.
Story 1. I checked my husband's phone one night. I wish I hadn't. Okay, I never thought I'd be that person, the one who snoops, but something in my gut just told me to check my spouse's phone. We've been married for 8 years, and while we've had our ups and downs, I never had a solid reason to doubt him, until now. The other night, he fell asleep early on the couch, and his phone lit up with a notification. At first, I wasn't even going to look, but then I saw a name I didn't recognize, a contact saved as just J with a heart emoji. My stomach dropped. My spouse never mentioned anyone by that name, and he works from home. I hesitated, but curiosity or panic got the best of me. I opened the message. It was short but cryptic. Can't wait to see you again. See you again? When? What does that even mean? My hands were literally shaking. I scrolled up, trying to find more messages, but everything was deleted except that one, which means my spouse was hiding something. At this point, my mind was racing. Was this innocent? A coworker joke? Or something much, much worse? I checked their call history. No recent calls to or from Jay. I checked social media. Nothing suspicious. But the fact that the message was deleted makes me feel like something is going on. I didn't wake him up right away. I needed time to process, and honestly, I didn't even know what to say. Do I confront them? Do I wait and see if another message pops up? Am I overthinking this? I need your help. What would you do? Update. I had lots of people telling me to confront him. Unfortunately, I'm not the confronting type. However, from hundreds of comments, most of them said to ring the number, check history, etc. I decided to one-up him by checking the history on his maps, and I saw an address I didn't recognize, like someone else's house. Unfortunately, that's all I've got for you guys right now, as trying to check his phone without him either being asleep or busy is hard. I'll update you guys when I can. However, I think I might contact a lawyer and see what my next steps would be. Update 2. Hi everyone, I'm sorry for the silence. I've been dealing with a lot since my last update. I confronted my husband as I couldn't take it anymore. I think he knew something was wrong after checking his phone. Anyway, it sucks, but he admitted to me he's been having an affair with someone he and I have known for many years. I'm absolutely heartbroken right now and unsure what's going to happen from here. I just know it'll end in divorce. Thank you everyone for your comments, messages, and love. I really appreciate it.
Story 2. Men. I found the cheat codes. I discovered my wife was listening to erotic audio. When I asked about it, she was a little too shy to tell me specifics. We're very open, so I knew that if she was being shy, this is definitely something I want to experiment with. So I started investigating on my own. Guys, some of this stuff is the emotional equivalent of the most depraved hardcore corn you've ever imagined. The audio is especially awkward to listen to as a guy, but just trust me on this. Listen. Read. Whatever you have to do, just take notes. Really, it's going to be weird when you're trying to get work done, and you've got this sultry dude in your earbuds whispering all the filthy things he's going to do to you, and your lady parts LOL. But trust me, you want to pay attention and bring those fantasies to life for your woman. Don't tell her what you're up to either. Just study up and make it real for her. Even if she's not into erotica, you should still take notes on stuff you think she might be into. After listening to enough MDOM4F sub audio to turn most men gay, I planned a simple night to test the waters. Nothing too extra. I bought some lingerie, laid it on the bed, and told her, I left a little something for you in our bedroom. Why don't you go have a look while I put the kids to bed? When I came back, she was already in bed showing off her new outfit for me. I started out by blindfolding her, and after a little warm-up, whispered in her ear that she's going to do things for me tonight that she would never do for her husband. The shock on her face immediately turned into a shy smile that radiated nervous excitement. The kind of butterflies you get when you think, is this really happening? I won't get into details about the rest of the night, but it absolutely broke her brain to have her fantasies brought to life. We went from getting busy 3 to 4 times a month to 1 to 2 times a day. She absolutely cannot get enough of me now. I'm sleep deprived. It's crazy the difference it's made outside of the bedroom too. She's been going above and beyond for our family in regular, everyday things to be a good wife for me. It's beyond sexy. TLDR. If your wife listens to or reads erotica, try consuming the same content and then putting what you learn to use in bed. There's a reason she's into that stuff. Put your ego aside and learn what you can.
Story 3. I finally understand why some people cheat. Just as the title says, I'm not condoning it or saying to do it, but I understand it now in some regard. A friend of mine recently divorced. About 6 months ago, he finally told me what happened. He said, I cheated on her, and the girl told my wife. I had no idea he was doing it. He kept it hidden pretty well. When I asked him why he told me that it didn't happen overnight, it led up to that after months of talking. He was very depressed for months and just feeling like a failure in life. You'll probably find similar stories over in the Dead Bedroom sub as well. Basically, he was married for about 15 years. 3 kids' house, cars, both of them worked. A fairly typical situation. However, his marriage tended to go the way that a lot of marriages do. Sex decreases and fighting increases over time. So, he said one day, he went to the gas station to get gas and a drink, and the cashier struck up a conversation with him. Just a simple, hey, how's it going? You okay? You look a little down. Well, that question started him down the path. He said they would chat every time he came there to fill up. Over time, they talked more and more. He told her his problems, and she told him how great he was, and how attractive he was, and that he could do better. He is in his mid-40s, so getting flirted with is not something that happens as often as it did in the past. Eventually, he met her at her apartment, and the rest I'm sure you can figure out. So, what's that got to do with me? Well, I'm also in a seemingly loveless marriage as well. Sex is rare. Affection is non-existent. Intimacy is gone. However, I have never cheated, and I never really understood how someone could do it until yesterday. Yesterday, for the first time in probably 15 years or so, I was hit on and asked for my number. It was the weirdest feeling. I was checking out at a store, and the cashier said to me, "Wow, you have beautiful eyes." Then she called her friend over and said, "Look at his eyes, aren't they amazing?" I thanked them both and then left the store. The friend followed me out of the store and yelled, "Hey, wait a second." She came up to me and said, "I'd like to meet up with you sometime. Can I have your number?" I was not wearing a ring because it doesn't fit anymore, as my fingers have gotten bigger since I got the original. I told her I was married and that I appreciated her coming up to me. That was it. I got in my truck and drove home. It was on the drive home I realized what my friend had gone through. When you're sad and depressed about life and really down in the dumps and someone says that to you, it can alter your perception. I'm not going to lie, it was an amazing feeling to be approached by someone in that capacity. However, I don't have the wherewithal to have an affair. I'm just not wired for it. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not sure if it's the actual cheating part I have a problem with, or the getting caught part. Anyway, like I said in the beginning, I do not condone cheating or advise anyone to do it. However, I feel like I fully 100% understand how some men, women, fall into it. Thanks.